stygiana, and it doesn't really exist in the wild anymore. There are a few plants in the wild. It only grows in the Azores, so it's very localised to a particular group of islands, and it's thought that on the Azores there are probably fewer than 10 plants. So it is still in a wild population, but that population isn't viable. 10 plants is nothing in terms of genetic diversity, so it's really it's destined to become extinct in the wild. But in collections like this, in ex situ collections, botanic garden collections, it's doing reasonably well. We've got more plants in this garden than probably exist in the wild. So we've got one here and some in the lower garden, and we think we've probably got about 12 to 15 plants. And we've got more here than exist in its natural place. It's critically endangered, and it's part of our euphorbia collection. You'll see behind you and behind me we've got lots of similar plants, and we specialise in this particular group of plants. And we've done a lot of effort, put a lot of effort into conserving this thing. We grow it in an ex situ collection. We collect the seed, and we send the seed to the Millennium Seed Bank, which is just outside London. That's stored for us there, and it's always there as a stock for the future. We propagate the plant. We make more plants from the existing plants, and we tell other botanic gardens the best ways to do that. So we publicise the expertise that we've got, and we go to a lot of effort to make sure it doesn't disappear. But it's not particularly useful. And personally, I think it's not one of the most attractive plants in the garden. I don't know how you feel about it. It's got some beautiful glossy leaves, but the flowers are a bit pathetic. Yeah. And it grows into this scrabbly mess that aesthetically it's not got a lot going for it. In terms of uses, we can't eat it. We can't make medicine from it. The fibres are very, very weak in the stems. You can't make textiles out of the fibres. It doesn't produce an edible oil. It's poisonous. There are many, many more useful plants in the garden, and you might think, well, why do we bother? Why don't we just dig it up and plant something else? Well, I think we've got lots of reasons for conserving this. I'm sure I don't have to spell it out. Remember Jacob Bobart's tree? When he planted that tree in 1645, he had no idea how useful it was going to be. And today we rely on new trees for providing cancer medicine. So who knows in the future what we might discover about this. But even if it wasn't very useful for people, there are other reasons to conserve it. It's part of an ecosystem, and we don't know